Yes.
Canara Bank paper. No Canara Bank paper key available till date. After re-examination, all the students were taken in the re-examination. Though there was no delay, admittedly, in distributing question paper.
So all the students at this Hardayal school have been required to do a re-examination.
And in the re-examination, about 50% of them appeared, 50% of them did not appear.
That's also very spooky. Why do 50% not appear?
That's right. Only 813 out of 1563 in total appeared in the re-examination. That's also data blur.
The person who didn't appear got their original marks, opted to retain their original marks. That is the.
Now these 1563 are drawn from how many centers?
Lord, this they have not disclosed. They never disclose it, how many centers. They will answer it.
8 centers.
8
throughout. And as my learning friend rightly pointed out, they were given an option to retain the earlier marks.
And
they
all
didn't
is,
take a chance.
all is being done behind the curtain. Nothing was declared. Every day they have been giving press release, but with regard to this, there is not a single press release.
Things which, if you can just make a note of these 4 points, Mr. Solicitor and Mr. Kaushik.
Yes.
One, at how many centers were the Canara Bank papers distributed?
Yes.
At how many centers totally were Canara Bank question booklets distributed? 2. Out of those centers, at how many centers were the correct question booklets replaced?
Yes, please.
At how many centers were the correct question booklets replaced, namely of the State Bank of India?
Yes, please.
Third, how many centers totally where the questions which were evaluated were the Canara Bank paper,
Yes.
the Canara Bank booklets?
Yes.
Whether there were any centers which were evaluated on the basis of the Canara Bank booklet.
Yes.
All right?
Wrong paper was evaluated.
The paper was evaluated. And 4, once the Canara Bank papers were evaluated, how did the candidates fare there?
This is the key which they have ever declared till date. Canara Bank
Why
paper.
have you not declared the key of the Canara Bank papers?
Yes, please.
5th,
Yes, please.
and finally, I want to know this, that before I formulate the question, suppose you and I go to Canara Bank or to State Bank of India and say, give me the question paper. You will not be given the question paper, right?
Correct.
How does Can Bank know that I'm the right person who is authorized to? So there has to be a letter of authorization.
Correct.
It's identity.
Right?
Yes.
Now, who issues the letter of authorization?
Yes, please.
Letter of authorization is issued by the district in charge.
NT.
Director General NT.
Director General of NTA.
NTA to the city superintendent as well as centers coordinators.
Now, what does a person take to the bank? Suppose I am the center in charge.
Yes.
Will I have an authorization both for SBI and for Can Bank, or I'll have only one authorization?
Yes.
Just ask that.
Yes, please.
City coordinator is authorized. I'm sorry. Only city coordinator is authorized, not centers. He
So the
distributes.
city coordinator is authorized to go to one of the two banks.
Yes, correct.
Now, therefore, that authorization is given to the city coordinator when? When is that given to him?
In advance.
But is the authorization given for both the banks or only one bank?
I think should be for
Just
both
ask
banks
this side.
logically. For both the banks. Any from which bank? It is given, authorization is given 3 days prior to the exam
For both the banks.
for both the banks. Then
The
he is
city
informed-
coordinator.
He is informed in the morning that you go to one of these banks and collect.
5 o'clock.
Now, if the city coordinator, suppose city coordinator was told on the morning of the 5th that you have to go to SBI, right? Now that city coordinator would have all the centers in that city will be under his control, right? Now, did the city coordinator in this case at Jhajjar go to the Can Bank and get Can Bank papers which were then distributed to all the centers in his jurisdiction, or some centers got SBI and some centers got
That will have to be.
Yeah.
He collected both.
Factually will correct.
He collected both.
he collected both.
He collected both.
How did the how did the city coordinator collect both? I mean, city coordinator at Jhajjar, he should have gone only to SBI,
Only one bank. Please.
right?
Yes.
Now, he went to Can Bank and he went to SBI both.
Both.
Now, all the centers under him, did he distribute the Can Bank question paper?
Let's one center Can Bank paper was distributed, which was allowed to be continued. 2 centers, the question paper was distributed Can Bank, but it was withdrawn and SBI was given, that resulting in loss of time.
All Can banks distributed, 2 of them realized the mistake,
And
withdrew
Who
Can
did
Bank
realize the mistake?
yes,
out of the center coordinator.
No, but the center coordinator will.
Would not normally know. We'll take the effort.
center superintendents are different. City coordinator is for all the 3 centers.
Right. So at Jhajjar, there were 3 centers.
Yes, please.
Right? So he distributed the Can Bank paper to all 3?
All 3 initially. And let's in from 2, it was withdrawn and correct question paper was
But
distributed.
then why did he not withdraw it from 1?
That we'll have to, let's ask.
If he realized that he has made a mistake, he would have gone to all the 3 centers and said, look, I better give you the correct center. Why did
Time lapse may be the only reason. It was realized at the other center. By that time, maybe the time gap had gone beyond the reasonable time.
take instructions on that?
Assumptions.
Yes, yes. We will take specific instructions. We'll prepare a note on all these 6 questions, minutes, and
You are right. Authorization will be given in advance. You can't give authorization in the morning. Then he's informed how? He's informed on his phone.
on what the minutes app, which is created for the purpose of
And
coordination.
who informs him?
There is an
The
NTA app.
Director General NTA will
NTA
inform everyone across the country.
Yes, through the specific app created for this purpose of
That will be informed at 8 o'clock or so in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock.
There is an
And he
application.
was informed, go to the SBI.
Yes, please.
He went to both.
Yes.
But is Can Bank not informed that, look, your paper now don't distribute? Director General NTA would be informing the Can Bank that, look, your paper is not to be distributed. And he would inform SBI that only your paper is to be distributed, right?
Message goes to both the custodian as well as the city coordinator.
Then how did Can
Where the
Bank
lapse has
distribute? Then
taken-
how did Can Bank
Yes.
distribute it?
Where the lapse has taken place, we'll find out minutes and
There appears to be a lapse.
Right.
yes, the lapse is there.
Lord, there is another blunder. Hardayal school, in the first instance, despite the Canara Bank paper was given, allowed to be attempted, they gave grace marks to the students who appeared in the Hardayal school. And because of grace marks, 2 of the 8 students who came in the first
So
topper.
Hardayal school, where the Can Bank paper was distributed,
Yes,
students were given grace.
they gave grace marks.
Why?
And the evidence of grace marks is out of the 2 students in the first 8 from the Hardyal school, they got 718 and 719 marks. When we questioned that how come anybody get this marks, they say it is because of grace marks. Otherwise, it's not possible.
So grace marks were given in Hardyal school.
Even for Hardyal school, because on 4th of June, there was only one key.
So grace marks were given totally for 1563 students, right?
That's right. For all students, Lord, I believe.
No, not schools.
Thereafter, all these students were put in a re-examination. How, if Canara Bank paper was given and it was to be evaluated, where is the question of first giving them grace marks and then withdrawing the grace marks and putting them to again a retest?
It was a mistake which was corrected and retest. Now it's
How they give a
let's
grace
argue
to
for
Canara
retest
Bank
of the entire country
students?
based
Let
on
them answer that.
Why did you give grace marks to the Canara Bank students?
No, it was not given to the
whenever they were,
One second.
whenever Canara
Who
paper
got
was,
the grace mark? Which body of students got the grace marks?
wherever Canara Bank paper, the wrong paper, I'll use it, wrong paper, was initially given, taken back, and the new paper was given,
Grace marks.
resulting into the time not being available, grace marks were
So,
given.
do we understand you right? That grace marks were not given to those students who had appeared for the Canara Bank booklet, but who had completed the entire booklet.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
They were not given.
No, not.
So grace marks were given to
After the confusion, the SBI paper was withdrawn and Canara Bank paper was allowed to be continued.
That's a fact.
in Hardyal school.
Yes, minutes. That is what
That means in Hardyal school, all students wrote the Can Bank paper.
all
Right?
vote
Be
can be.
firm, put
Yes.
it on a piece of paper
Yes,
so that
we
there is a
On a
responsibility.
piece of paper.
Not just to,
Yes.
just to,
And all students wrote the Can Bank paper at Hardyal school. Why were they given grace marks?
What we will do is, we will prepare the city wise where this happened and center wise. Why the different
Give it
treatment?
to us in the afternoon. We
We
will
will do.
understand.
Yes, we will.
only one thing, my lord, just to put
Were papers replaced and under whose orders were the papers continued?
Yes.
Was NTA monitoring this from Delhi or what happened?
It is monitored from Delhi millets and millets communication did
So
not,
did Delhi get to know in the morning that, look, the wrong paper has been disputed at these
what
ends?
time it came to the knowledge and what time the communication,
Tell us.
because millets, large number of centers.
Right. Tell us in the
8,
afternoon.
not large number.
Now, Mr. Huda, you have to wrap up.
Second-
But in fact, I'm not allowed to proceed by the other side.
Lord, only one thing,
I was
just
on
to put
Hardyal
things
school.
in
There are
perspective.
20 questions on Hardyal school itself.
My lord,
They have
only-
made 4 statements
a
with
minute,
regard.
only a minute.
Let me show. my lord.
Only a minute. Lord, my learned friend is arguing that the entire country's examination is vitiated and therefore there should be a retest. My lord, giving examples of some mistakes
No,
here or
that's a
there
systemic failure, my lord.
4,570 may not, my lord, serve his purpose of assisting them.
I'm saying there is a systemic failure, and I'm sequentially demonstrate that how the system
come
was
out
so
of Jajjar
brittle
yet. You
and
come out
fragile,
Jajjar,
and
then
which
Haryana,
was
then go to
tweaked
India.
at the whims and fancies of these invigilators and city center operators who are private individuals, got nothing to do with the government. With regard to Jajjar, I'm just closing Jajjar. I want to say, in the first response, they said Hardyal school Canara paper was given. They attempted Canara paper. They evaluated Canara paper. No grace marks were given. This is their stand just now. They have changed it right now. With regard to the other 2 centers, they say there was a loss of time and that is why grace marks were given. Just now they said it. Now they have again said it with regard to those 2 centers. No grace marks were given. Extra time was given then and there. Who took the decision? My lords have rightly asked the question. Now, with regard to Hardyal school, just 2 fact I want to bring to my lord's notice. A student who got 719 marks in Hardyal school with grace marks, they were given re-examination along with this 1563. The same student had, earlier the rank was 68 with 719 marks out of 720. Now the rank is 58,413. With regard to the student who got 718 in the same Hardyal school, where the rank was 69, after re-examination, the rank is 38,497. Now they do not know whether Canara Bank was given or initially SBI was given, on 4th of June, they declare one result, that is SBI result. There is no separate key. They did not even disclose on 4th of June that there was loss of time. And that loss of time we have compensated with grace marks. This they had to come out with only when they were confronted with 719 marks and 718 marks, because this is not numerically possible with the number of marks and negative marking. Then they said, now, in the entire country, what they do is, this NTA has collected about 400 crore rupees from the students. Thereafter, I give example of Seeker now, which is data-wise very important. Seeker has 49 centers in all. Out of 49 center, only one center is this Kendriya Vidyalaya. Rest 48 centers are all private schools, self-financed private schools. All their city coordinator, invigilators, superintendent are all private individuals whom NTA issue checks of 2,000 rupees a day or 2,500 or 1,500 rupees. Now, because this honorable court is kind enough to allow me to argue this case, because so many people have come to assist me. They've shown me photographs of the school, private school in a village where this exam is being conducted. It doesn't even have a boundary wall. Now, I have gone through their entire process. I will not call it as SOP. Now, that indicates that at 5:20, the paper is collected by the invigilator. And the OMR sheet is taken. OMR sheet is taken. Now, what is the time when this OMR sheet is to be sealed? It's nowhere prescribed. It remains in the center. We have spoken even to the center vigilators. Either 2-3 hours, it keep lying in every center with the center superintendent. And then they have to deposit it somewhere where all the OMR sheets are collected. Like for Seeker, there is one place where OMR sheets are ultimately collected in one center. There is no procedure NTA prescribed that 5:20 this OMR sheet is collected. Then 5:30 it should be sealed in the presence of the students. Because they have trained these invigilators across the country.
Then what time do they get deposited with the centralized deposit?
There is no time given, Let them file a specific affidavit if they have ever in black and white.
How soon after the examination concludes at 5:30?
It is
the sealing process taking place?
They say that it is 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Ultimately, it gets deposited with the city center.
But before
What
that,
time
when
is
does the
the-
sealing takes place?
This I could not find in their entire SOP. I have placed it before the solver.
That's the point.
So, I would say, I will show the data.
Now, Mr. Huda, please go to the data.
I'm coming to the data,
Please come to it.
Yes. Now, after analyzing the data, what we find, there are certain centers which are doing exceedingly well. It's not the students, that the centers are doing exceedingly well. Like Kota and Seeker both have almost equal number of students appearing. Mismatch also.
Yes.
The data I wanted to show after giving this background, that after 5:20, there is a lot of time and leeway.
Got your point. You did not.
And because Kota and Seeker had equal number of students appearing, if we calculate first top centers in the country, getting students having more than 650 marks, then 38 center out of 49 center are only from Seeker.
Student getting over 650 marks.
That's right.
38.
38 out of 50.
What is 50?
50 top centers, my lord, in the entire country.
Where's more than 650 marks?
That's right. If 650 is taken as a cutoff and we evaluate that what are the top 50 center in the country.
Where even one student gets more than 650.
That's right. So all students put together getting more than 650 are from seeker out of 50.
38 out of 50
Correct.
are from
Seeker. Seeker alone. 38 centers, my lord. And 6 centers, my lord, adjoining to Rajasthan, which falls in Haryana. That's a Mahendragarh, Bhiwani. Rewari, Mahendragarh, Bhiwani. And now, my lord, may kindly see this. There are 2 factors.
Yeah, what I've taken down is that quota and seeker centers had broadly equal number of students appearing. Students getting more than 650 marks.
Yes, my
across
lord.
the
Let me straight away show those charts, my lord.
38 out of 50 are from seeker alone, 6 in Mahendragarh, Rewari and Bhiwani.
Correct, lord.
Now show us the chart.
Yes, my lord. My lord, may kindly permit me to refer to my second supplementary note.
Which you have just given today, no?
Yes, my lord, which was filed, my lord.
Page.
My lord, first annexure, page 13 is their SOP, which I said that there is no time given for sealing after OMR is collected. Then, my lord, the data of top 50 centers, my lord, that is page 101, annexure C. But before that, my lord, allow me to show one more chart at page 100 for a moment, my lord. This again, they have to answer it, my lord, if they can answer it post lunch. The difference in the data declared on 4th of June and 20th of July, page 100, my lord, may kindly see this table. My lord, just see Bihar,
Just one second.
page 100, my lord. That's right. Mismatch in the result published on 4th of June 2014 and 20th of July 2024. 4th of June 24 and 20th of July 24.
Yes.
Lord, just see Bihar at serial number 4. As per 4th of June, registered were 1,54,000, appeared 1,49,000 something, qualified 74,743. Now the data on 20th of July. Appeared student 1,36,000. The difference is 13,000.
Right.
And my lord, this difference is appearing almost everywhere. And we will respond to that after they respond to it.
4th of June and 20th July, the number of students comes down.
Correct.
Appeared students.
That's right. My lord, Rajasthan, my lord, may kindly see specifically Rajasthan also for this.
There is something plus also like Tamil Nadu. There.
Yes.
Rajasthan is plus 18,000.
Yes. Now, my lord, what happens? My lord, let me explain it. Let me, my lord, explain it for a moment. What happens is, in their system, if I am a resident of Rohtak, Haryana, if I fill up an address of Tamil Nadu, I want to go to Sikar. I can simply fill up my address, some address of Sikar, and they will treat me as a student of Sikar. And I will get a center somewhere in Sikar. People have gone from Godhra, Gujarat to Karnataka, Belgaum. One incident is a girl who got 705 marks on 4th of June. She got failed in 12th class and she's getting 31 out of 100 chemistry and so on and so forth. People have traveled from Odisha, Karnataka to Godhra. And Lord, with regard to this, one professor wrote an email which I have placed on record a month before that this is a scam happening.
How many students had, would we know what their original place is? and
Lord,
the
what
center?
happens is they do not connect it with Aadhaar card or any proof of residence. They open their system. They say you fill up the address of your residence, whatever you feel like, and we will treat it to be your residence address, and we will allocate you center as per the address you give it here. Absolutely no system in place to verify that.
So, are you contending, suppose I'm a student, I'm ordinarily residing in Delhi. When I fill up my form online, I can choose a center, say in Sikar, or I can fill out a center in somewhere in Tamil Nadu or Kerala. Any?
Lord, I am free to give whatever address I want.
Showing us by showing some residence over there.
Not even showing, filling it up. Just I need to type it.
At
And
what point of time do they verify whether you are actually a resident of that?
at no stage, my Lord, may kindly note it.
A student can. Choose a center in any part of the country.
Any part of the country.
And you don't have to submit any documents.
Absolutely no proof, my Lord. And there is an email, if I can straight away invite some Lord kind attention to that email for a moment. Professor email.
It's not a change of center, but choice of center.
Choice of page 190. Page 190 of my Lord, this my Lord may kindly permit me to.
Writing an email that there is a scam.
No.
Mr. Solicitor, just tell us this later on when your turn comes. Argument is that a student can choose a center of their liking anywhere in the country by saying, I reside there.
Yes, sir.
Does the student at any point of time of the registration process have to produce any documentary material to indicate that they are residents of that place?
I'll
like an
answer
Aadhaar
that.
card?
I'll answer that. But when I
whatever.
give the figures of seeker, he's taking on seeker, I'll be able to justify the success rate has gone down, but we'll be able to show that. Now, let me come to my place. Look, I can't go
How
by.
does it work when a center is sought by a student? Student applies for a center or city when you submit an application for it?
City.
City. Now,
Center
when a
is not.
student applies for a city, does NTA require in the student to upload any document?
Just followed inquire and Malod.
Absolutely.
Or does that student just choose a city anywhere in the country?
Correct.
Let them verify.
Correct. My Lord, I just want to point out an email, like my Lord would remember, Kaka College had written them with regard to Godhra a month earlier. They did not act on it. In their reply, they say now they have marked this college Kaka email to some competent authority to look into it. Now, with regard to this, allow me, my Lord, to refer to this email at page 190.
Show us the data. You passed that order day before yesterday.
My Lord, yes, my Lord, I'm coming back. My Lord, I'm already on the tables, my Lord.
Show us
My
that.
Lord, I'm already on the tables. My Lord,
Read a PhD thesis on
my Lord, may kindly see. Yes. My Lord, I was page 100. My Lord, I'm showing this data. I was at page 100 to demonstrate.
Ultimately, up to now, we have dealt with Hazaribagh, we have dealt with Patna, we have dealt with,
This all will demonstrate.
No, my lord, give me some time.
Submission is-
My friend has taken a long, I have no quarrel. I have to attend some other matter. I'll be grateful. I will only take 10 minutes.
that between you and
That I am 10 minutes. My lord, my lord, if you go by seniority, I am 66, I am senior. But we have followed a different rule. I have no quarrel.
No.
I have no quarrel.
Every
Yes.
standard, Mr.
No, Mr. Tushar Mehta, you're only 59. Junior to me in bar and age. Yes. Please don't insult seniors. But my lord, I only take 10 minutes.
second, any group matter, one person leads.
No, my lord, I only take 10 minutes, my lord.
We are also.
No, because I believe that he is.
Second, Mr. Nedumbara, it would be wrong to say that he has taken time. We are also.
No, I am not blaming anybody, my lord. I am only requesting 10 minutes to be given to me. Then, my lord, believe me, that's all. 10 minutes to me.
Certainly.
10 minutes to me, my lord. If I can, before lunch, my lord, I have another matter to me. I'm taking adjournment after adjournment, Madras High Court. I want to appear online.
All right.
So 10 minutes.
I was page 100, the table, just to demonstrate the mismatch. And this is for them to explain that how the number of candidates who appeared in a particular state has gone down from the result declared on 4th of June to the result declared on 20th of July. Then, my lord, at page 101, annexure C is the list of top 50 centers, which indicates, my lord, that how these centers are concentrated in Sikar.
Of heart. This is very important. Just
Ye-
1 second.
yes.
Let's go closely on this. Yes.
Lord, I have given the center code, number of students appeared, how many students above 700, then the percentage of 700 plus, above 650, percentage of above 650, above 600, percentage of above 600, and then above 550. I have gone only up to above 550. Now, this will show a concentration.
Where?
The concentration here is, my lord, primarily Sikar. My lord, may kindly see this. Rajkot, there is one station at Rajkot, my lord, where the total number of students is 1968. Center code, where 12 students above 700. 115 above 615. There is something special with Rajkot, this center code. That's fine. That will Seeker after Rajkot. 1,000 students, 8 are above 700.
9 or above.
And then, my lord, I'm on next item, Seeker Rajasthan. Out of 1,001 student appearing, 8 above 700, then 69 above 650, and 115 above 600. And then, my lord, 241 above 550. And Lord, also kindly keep it in mind, city coordinators are the owners of these schools, and these are private schools. And the invigilators are the employees of these private schools. And the possibility cannot be ruled out that these teachers are not in league with the coaching centers, my lord, which are operating in Kota and Sikar.
Are what? Are the city coordinators? City coordinators are government employees or they're
No,
private
They
employees?
are principals of the particular school which is.
Private
the
schools,
center.
my lord.
Sorry,
Principal of the school where the center is located.
Private schools.
city coordinators.
City coordinator names.
Yes, ma'am.
So it
Center
will be a
City-
city coord.
It's completely privatized.
Principal of CBSE school is the city coordinator.
No, there is in Sikar, there is no CBSE school. There is only one, this Kendriya Mahavidyalaya. 48 are the private schools, my lord. And CBSE affiliated, not CBSE run.
They are all CBSE schools.
CBSE affiliated school.
But they are CBSE affiliated schools, not CBSE run schools.
Top 50, you are saying that there is a concentration of seeker.
Correct, my lord. Kindly see this table, my lord. It shows all Sikar. 38 of them, my lord. Not a coincidence, my lord. And I'm sure, my lord, consistently, even the last year also, these, my lord, even last year also and last to last year also, this seeker must be doing well for the reason. Because all these private schools, my lord, they are together, CPSC affiliated or Rajasthan board affiliated. Now, one of them is a city coordinator, rest are the invigilator. And my lord,
But tell us, Mr. Huda, assuming that that is so, I mean, can that be a ground to cancel the entirety of the exam all over the country? Or two, to cancel the exam for seeker as a
no, my
whole?
lord, what I say, I bow down.
There be a retest for
My
seeker.
lord,
Can
what
we-
I humbly submit
There's
is,
sufficient data in itself.
If
Blood,
all
what-
over the country,
what
there are
somebody-
6 people per 1,000 who get above 600, all over the country. That's the average. And in each place in Seeker, you get 75, you get 80. That's the,
So just let's see this, what you
The
have
country
computed
average.
over here.
please,
It's-
the reference value is the country average.
वो डाउनलोड करके पहले उसको will magnify मेरे को दिखने में
Not-
नहीं दिखता।
my lord, what I humbly submit is,
Have a paper copy of that page.
Words only.
yes, my lord, it's there, my lord.
Less than 10.
15 दे दिया, give 3. This is my lord 100, 500 and above. This is not with regard to. हाँ.
Correct नहीं.
It's about this percentage. Good, Mr. Hegde, above what?
6 people per 1,000. That's 0.6%. Is on an average, that's the national. That should be the reference value. Now, if your lordship takes the first one in Rajasthan, or see the Vidya Bharati Public School, let us see how many of them have gotten. So above 550, which gets you a state, there are 241 students who have got above 550
Out of 1,000.
out of 1,000 students. 1 in 4 students.
Lord, this is alluding towards systemic failure. And all these people are not from Seeker. They have come from all over the country. They are not people who have taken coaching from Seeker.
How do you
Because of this systemic
how do you
failure.
say that they have not taken coaching from?
I do
Don't
not
make such-
know
I mean,
because if I
then
compare
you
it,
Not know, don't make statements.
hold on please. If I compare it with Kota is the coaching
Kota
hub.
and Sikar are education
And
hubs.
yes,
People from
now,
students from
and
all
the
over
number
the
of
country
students appeared
stay
in
there. There are
Kota.
hostels,
Where
PG
is the
accommodations.
where is the-
It's a coaching clusters hub. So don't say that they are not from. They are not.
Belgavi, Milord, in Karnataka is not a coaching hub where a girl goes from Anjali Patel, goes from Gujarat to Belgavi. She fails, she appears in 12th class standard in Gujarat because she's from Gujarat. She failed, but she went all the way to Belgavi, got 705 marks. And Lord, what I'm told is the CBSE syllabus of 12th is completely in align with the syllabus of NEET examination. So it's not possible somebody getting 31 in botany out of 100 and getting 700.
Have you shown data from that center in Belgavi where she appeared? Were the people getting high marks unusually large at that center?
Lord, there are.
What you must show us.
Lord, I will, if I will show all these tables in seriatim, Lord, I will show that. So, Lord, this table at 101 indicates there is a heavy tilt for seeker because there is a systemic malaise which has worked in favor of the students appearing in these centers in seeker. And we cannot separate the tainted from the untainted. And all these private people, the person who is doing videography, I give just one example here. Their emphasis is that we videograph everything at all these centers. Though they are private people, in Savai Madhopur, may I have Lord's attention just for a moment? Their emphasis is that though all these are private people, all the city coordinators, invigilators, but our CCTV monitoring is so robust that we catch them. In case of Savai Madhopur, it is their own case that a wrong question paper was distributed in a different language. And the question paper started at 2 p.m. They got to know, this is on record, and their reply on record to say that we got to know that wrong question paper has been given in Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan at 4:30 from the social media. They are on affidavit to say this. If
How do you establish? We made this point about Sikar. Part
On-
of this
on-
case is the paper leak, right?
Not only that, my lord. My very predominant argument besides paper leak is their systems are so fragile, which are being consistently compromised because everybody is private. They are issuing just checks in the name of some videographer sitting in Delhi, some coordinator in the city who are the owners of the private school and the principals. They have absolutely no check.
Tell us one thing. We'll ask you something frankly. Are you challenging the result of this NEET, or are you appearing for people who don't want the NEET at all?
No, no, Lord. What I'm pointing out that this NTA, the way it is holding this examination can't be sustained for the reason that there is absolutely no system in place. Lord, as I was pointing out, just allow me a moment on here.
It would be also far-fetched to say that there is.
Lord, let me show you. Lord,
We have loopholes, we will address them. We are
but
going to
Lord, the
ask them.
loopholes are being exploited on the face of it. The data is being shown.
Oh, you have to show us that there is a systemic destruction of the sanctity of the exam.
Lord, on that,
Across India.
one thing, Lord,
Now you have basically concentrated on Hazaribagh, you have concentrated on Patna, you have shown us some examples
But I
from
have shown-
Bahadurgarh, what happened in Bahadurgarh.
let me,
Now you are seeing
Lord,
one
quickly.
student from
what is the-
Gujarat goes to Belgavi and gets
Lord,
associate's
what is
grade.
the
Where have you demonstrated before us a
systemic
infinite
failure?
space?
Lord, what is this systemic failure and what is the malaise in this system which they have adopted for this examination? If I count them, Lord, quickly, one is the time gap after the OMR sheets are taken and the time being deposited. It is in the private hands where there is no time fixed for sealing it and in whose presence these OMR sheets are being sealed. I'm alluding toward a systemic failure that, Lord, here in Sikar, Mahendragarh, wherever this concentration is happening, the OMR sheets are being consistently tampered with after the exam is over. Lord, as is being suggested by the government of India that the question paper could be sold in 1 hour and in another hour, the students could do it in the same manner after taking the OMR sheet at 5:20. The entire staff in the college, which is a private school and all private invigilators, they have the question paper with them. And they have 2-3 hours with them. What prevents them from filling up the OMR sheets and then depositing it with the city center? So it is this loophole which is being exploited here in Sikar and all these centers, Lord, which are a shining star in the entire sky. Belgavi, Lord, why a girl who failed in Gujarat goes all the way to Belgavi? Lord, the reason is this, not only paper leak. Lord, I'm on a next point.
Now tell us that girl who went to Belgavi, all right, we'll take it as a prima facie suspicious case.
Yes, sir.
The center where she appeared from,
Yes.
what is the performance of that center?
Yes, my lord, I have that.
6%
Huh?
success ratio and 7% success ratio. And Belgaum,
My lord,
2% success
my lord,
rate.
about
I
8
showed those
people
things.
are, my lord, Belgavi is not a coaching center. My lord, the one reason, my lord, the third thing I want to allude to,
Centers in Sikar? How many centers in Sikar?
Sikar is 49 centers.
How many students in Sikar?
Yes, the total number of, yes, my lord, we have the data. Huh? 27,000. My lord, this is, just allow me, my lord. Total number is 27,216.
Students.
That's right, my lord. 49 centers. My lord, it is at page 10.
27,216 students from Sikar.
That's right.
How many students, what is the cutoff to be in the first 108,000?
About
If
580.
your lordships can give me only 5 minutes to show my charts, Lord, that
Lord,
might answer most of your lordship's
Lord,
questions.
I'm
Rather than my
I'm-
lord going all
Lord,
around.
I'm on a complete, my lord, just allow me to
All
complete.
right, 27,216 students. Just tell us. just
8,000
tell us
of them
what-
have got above 500.
How many?
8,225 have got above 500.
Yes, my lord. My lord, this is the
None of
data
them
at
will
page
get it.
103. My lord, this note, this data is there at page 103. My lord, may kindly just see this.
Now tell us, Mr. Solicitor, what would be the cutoff for broadly for the 108,000, the last
yes,
student to
yes,
be in the zone of admission to a medical college?
Yes.
What would be the cutoff?
Varies from state to state.
Cutoff is, my lord, different.
varies from state to state. But
No, no.
if you've got above around 600, you're reasonably safe that you will get
No,
something.
no, my learned friend is,
It will vary from state to state because state domicile comes in.
I'll just, Lord, I have put that figure also. If you are having marks 600, you will stand at 81,000 in first 81,000. I have given, my lord, each wise 60, 600, 605, etc., etc. I'll show, my lord. So a person getting 600 will, in all probability, will not get in at least government medical college for the simple reason that though we are counting 50%, total seats are 1,08,000. 50% would be, my lord, one half. But from that 50%, 50% will go for SC, ST, OBC and EWS reservation. So merit candidates seats would be available would be 25,000. I have, my lord, given, my lord, we have done the analysis from various angles to show what is the impact, if at all, at the national level, city level and the center level.
Lord,
That Sikar have the largest concentration of students. Sikar has 49 centers.
Yes. Seeker center-wise also we have done.
And
Lord, quota. Let me compare it with quota.
district in the country which has more centers than Sikar, which is in the country-wise.
I'll not do that.
Can you tell us which is the district which has the largest number of centers?
My Lord, quota. My Lord, I'm just giving quota as comparing
But,
because my
what
Lord,
we have
quota
analyzed
is
is,
coaching
only,
hub.
Only a minute. What we have analyzed is city-wise, including seeker, quota, and other, my lord, things which are, my lord, being discussed. We have examined how many students appeared in 2022 and what was the success rate. Similar exercise for 23 and similar exercise for 24. In fact, 24 for seeker, the success rate has gone down. I'll be able to show that one. We have compared it with 22, 23, 24. It is around 19%.
Lord, if they can
The success
respond
rate is
in one
19%.
go and I complete it. But what I'm alluding to is there is a systemic failure in the manner the NEET is examined. One, I said the no address verification. That is why student can go from.
Yeah. There are two ways of looking at this problem. You all came here because of paper leak. There's no escape from the fact that, yes, there has been a
Paper leak.
paper leak. Is it your argument that this systemic failure which you are talking about now led to paper leak?
No.
So therefore, today we are trying to understand, we are trying to look into to what extent this leak precipitated in the entire country. If it is a case of systemic failure, that stands on a different footing
Yes.
because these are two different things. It is because of this paper leak, you are now able to demonstrate before us various irregularities, illegalities. Maybe, you may be right. But at this point of time, digressing from the issue of paper leak, to what extent can we now go into the question of systemic failure? Because we are trying to examine whether this leak led to that girl securing 705 marks at Belaguri despite failing in 12th standard. Let us address the issue in this manner, whether these candidates at Sikar who have performed exceedingly well, is it because of that paper leak?
I bow down.
There are
I quite
two
understand.
compartments.
These are two compartments.
There are two
So far
compartments.
as
One
paper leak is
talks
concerned.
about paper leak and to what extent the students took advantage of that leak.
Let me answer your lordship's question.
Please take your seat, Mr. Nedumbara. These are bad manners, bad manners. I am not very sophisticated like my Lord, the Chief Justice. You may feel bad. Please, please. 3 times I have said, please, quiet. We have 2 minutes to go. We are making Mr. Huda understand what is going on in our mind so that he can respond after recess. Therefore, you come to your note.
Please.
You come to your note, paragraph 8.
Yes, my lord. They know,
That's the heart. That's the heart of your case.
Where you say that
Just
there's a
read
leak
it.
has
Just read
gone to other states. Where is there to, what is there any contemporary evidence to indicate that the leak went to
Not-
other states?
Lord, the only thing on that I can say on paper leak is, Lord, so far as direct evidence of this crime is concerned, that is the file is before this honorable court, matter is being investigated. As petitioners who are not privy to the investigation, either by the Bihar police or now by the CBI, all we can rely on is a circumstantial evidence. In the circumstantial evidence,
Therefore, falling back on an alternative hypothesis that because of the systemic flaws in the process, therefore the credibility of the examination must have been breached in other
I'm
states.
so grateful.
That's your case.
So
That's
your
my
case.
case. On that,
So
Lord, I have
therefore,
just 4 or 5
we have
things to
no
highlight.
evidence. We do not have evidence to show that there was a leak in other states. But because of these flaws in the examination process, therefore it's likely that the
This
sanctity of
inflation-
examination, and you have pointed out 3 aspects: time gap between the conclusion of the examination and the sealing of the OMR sheets, and absence of an SOP. 2, staff at the college may well tamper with the OMR sheets without depositing them. 3, there is no address verification of the center chosen by the student.
That's
These are
right.
the 3 aspects.
That's right. Now, Lord, and
Anything else now? What remains?
because of,
We'll have to call upon the others now.
yes, I'm so grateful. And Lord, it is because of this that there is an evidence, and they maybe put to the question this, that how people from Gujarat going to Bellary, how people from Odisha, Karnataka, Maharashtra coming to Godhra, and how people from Bihar, if this investigation is carried out, my lord, would find people from Bihar have gone to Muktsar, Punjab. If these addresses are checked, that will show
But
that
then
there are.
this girl, instead of going to Belaguri, could have given to any of these sensitive.
She could have chosen, Lord, probably this is a connection. She got a connection.
Why did she have to
I
go
asked
to
you, that center at Belgavi, does it have any, does it show any untoward results?
Lord, it is there. Lord, this Belgavi, this is 8R plus 700 and 71R plus 650. I have not the chart. I will give it post lunch.
Also, Mr. Uda, in many professional examinations, I don't want to name them, otherwise this will become another national story tomorrow. That, in many professional examinations, students do choose centers in a particular zone or whatever, because there's a perception that the marking on the curve is a little more lenient or a little more strict in certain centers. And you not mention those examinations. That may be,
Lord,
that may not
here-
be, that may
Lord,
not be
here the-
strong evidence to cancel the whole examination per se.
Lord, this one.
These systemic flaws which you have pointed out, we'll put to the solicitor, because these obviously have to be tightened up. Because they have to be tightened up. But as of now, I don't think you have indicated to us, and we'll give you now 5 minutes and we'll conclude your argument after lunch. So we'll hear the others and then wrap up.
5 minutes after lunch.
After lunch, 5 minutes.
Great.
So that you can conclude, now summarize what you
That's
have
fine.
argued in 5 minutes, and then we will go on to the
Great.
next person.
Your lordships will give me a little time. A little time, not much.
Sorry?
Your lordships will give me a little time, not much.
And about marks and changing of the answers.
There are several things
Anybody who now wants to follow will have to give something over and above what has been argued.
Please.
Uda has taken up
Please.
the entire
Please.
record now.
But after lunch, your lordship give me 10, 15 minutes, then I'll relieve me, my lord.
I
I wanted to say something which,
might even take it.
something which they haven't said.
We'll come back after.
Your lordships, may I please mention items 12 and 35?
Come back after.